Welcome to Crosscut Now, the show that takes you beyond the breaking news and goes deeper on the issues you care about and brings awareness to stories affecting communities. In today's episode, a Seattle fine art photographer channels his childhood memories for his first West Coast exhibit debut. Crosscut Arts correspondent Brandon Davis talks with Rafael Soldi about how he turned his memories into a new art installation at the Fry Art Museum.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.
You want to come show us what you're doing?
Absolutely. Soft Boy is comprised of 3 different works that come from multiple series from the last 5 years. It sort of charts my relationship to my childhood growing up in Peru, attending an all-boys Catholic school and navigating masculinity.
The show explores themes of playfulness, violence, connection, and mixed messages, revealed in 3 visually distinct sections called Soft Boy, Carga Monton, and Mouth to Mouth.
So this whole room will be mouth to mouth?
Correct. Yeah, it'll kind of begin on this wall and wrap around the whole side. So thinking through how language occupies space. I think when you learn a language in the beginning, it all feels very rigid. You know, for me, there was English and there was Spanish and there's this duality. And as you start to exist in both worlds, you realize that language is actually really fluid, that we add new words and we add new meanings to fit the times.
The Carga Monton section includes 4 freeze-frame prints, blurry action shots of teens roughhousing. It's unclear whether the boys are enjoying the game or are frightened by it.
Carga Monton started when I was thinking through some of the rituals that took place, childhood games, hazing rituals, that to me are violent, but also became an access point to touch and intimacy. I went to YouTube and I started finding recordings that Peruvian teens had made in the early 2000s of those exact same games that we played in my schoolyard. I started taking screen grabs or moments, stills from those films that I felt captured how I felt in those moments as a young queer person.
For Carga Monton, Rafael combined the YouTube footage with the 19th century printmaking technique. Working with master printers in Mexico City, he etched the screen grabs into copper plates and created images that are degraded and fuzzy, like memories.
Being able to pull stills from those videos that communicate that confusing moment as a young person of being entangled around my peers and of being uncomfortable but also experiencing some sort of pleasure at the same time was really important.
So for the 3-channel video installation, you are essentially bringing those still images to life. So tell us about how you did that.
We invited 10 school-age boys to participate in the film. We did not ask them to act any certain way, but we used prompts pulled from my memory and from conversations with peers to see these kids who are the age that I was back then engaging in the same ways that I did, and the energy was very intense.
The large screen video envelops the viewer, bringing you inside this confusing moment in time. The teenagers arm wrestle, tussle, march in formation. At several points, a single boy runs and runs, as if toward an elusive vision of masculinity.
So in a lifetime of memories, why focus on this particular boys' school moment?
So much of my coming of age happened in that time. And I think that the more specific you can be in sharing your story and your identity, the more you're going to resonate with someone, even if it's one person. I'm not interested in people coming to the museum to learn about my life. I'm interested in having broader conversations about how these experiences inform how we can learn to talk about these very complex issues.
Thank you, Brandon. You can see Soft Boy now through January 7th at the Fry Art Museum.